However, everybody, and welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway. A little bit of delay here as my Wi-Fi went out, or I guess in this universe it was a rain delay, quote unquote. Can't see my hands, but I'm doing quote unquote. But anyways, we're now ready to go green here in Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 500. Bit of a home race for most of these teams as they're stationed in Charlotte. 42 drivers set ready to go for 100 laps, one of our longest races of the season. Let's get through your starting lineup. On pole is Manuel Sanchez in the number 1, who beat Riley Smith, who was about to make it 3 in a row for poles until Sanchez set his lap down. Row 2 is the defending winner, Kurt Perkins, and Fleet Cruz to his outside. Row 3 is Aline McTheidig and Doge Borkington. McTheidig is a previous winner at this track as well. Peter Lane and Tegan Fox in row 4. Row 5 is Mark Evans and Skippy Larson. Row 6, if you can tell, that is Nelson Reeves and Ronnie Martin to his outside. Row 7, we have Dan Sedgwick and Anton Alvarez. Row 8 is Purab Srivastava and Alex Davidson. Row 9 is Patrick Kamitz and Asher Evelyn. Row 10 is two teammates, Mark Guerrero and Kirsten Bell. And then in row 11, you got your Daytona 500 champion from the week prior is Kellen Short and Dick Ball to her outside. Row 12 is S.T. Craig and Luke Evans. Row 13 is Kyler Sustre and Brandon Allen. Row 14 is Angel Gutierrez and WarioWare. Row 15 is Ezekiel Garcia Ball and Big Mac. Row 16 is Carlson Vebelst and Matthew Hubert. Row 17 is Ryan Scarrett and Flandre Wilson. Row 18 is Josh Eichenfelder and Montana Sherman. Row 19 is Caleb Blaine and Tony Santori Jr. Row 20 is Leroy Conwell and Caleb Rose. And then the final row is Sierra Reno and Michael Parsons. They round out your starting grid. Let's waste no further time and get this race underway.
Drivers, start your engines.
And there go the engines. They all fire up in unison. And we're rolling. 100 laps at this racetrack for our second race of the season. Charlotte usually puts on a great show for the fans. We'll see if it does it tonight. Under the lights. Should be a lot of strategy involved as well. Let's see who ends up on top. Manuel Sanchez, Riley Smith. They're going to bring the field to green. And we're underway at Charlotte. Oh, and Sanchez got a great jump on the rest of the field. He's going to easily clear into turn 1. Smith tried to clear Perkins, but he could not. And now they're side by side for second. It looks like Perkins is going to win that battle. Inside line, the preferred line, as most of our tracks are. And Perkins might try to go for the lead here already. On lap 1, and he's going to do it. Trying to get another win here. Sanchez, though, has a bit of a run on the outside. It's going to be a drag race to the line to see who leads this lap. I believe it is going to be Sanchez. Just barely leading it, but Perkins is going to have the advantage on the inside into turn 1. He should probably clear as Sanchez slides up a bit. Down the back stretch. Ooh, almost 3 wide there with Manuel Sanchez and a couple other drivers. McTheidig, Riley Smith. But anyways, Perkins grabs the lead as McTheidig's trying to grab second. And McTheidig is going to clear 91 into second place. As Sanchez falling back, Peter Lane now trying to get that spot. Nelson Reeves as well moving up. Fleet Cruz behind. Sanchez being stuck on that outside line is not helping him at all. He's like a bit of a sitting duck right now. Now he has room on the inside. Finally can move in. At least stay in the top 5 for now. Perkins is starting to pull away once again, showing his dominance. Just raced in Homestead yesterday. Of course, that being the ADS race. He did pretty well. He led a couple laps, but couldn't get the win at the end. He ended up in 8th place with Abby Buchanan winning that race as Reeves is trying to get 3rd place. He could not. Smith continuing to fall back on the outside along with Mark Evans. Now Lane is looking for 2nd. He moves down to the inside. Manuel Sanchez as well moving down to the inside trying to get around Reeves. Side by side. And it looks like Peter Lane will pick up 2nd place. McThydick will drop back to 3rd, almost slid up. Reeves almost got underneath him. Sanchez trying to get on the inside of Reeves. I thought Reeves was going to clear into turn 3. Now he does. He's able to clear. I might have lied about that. Sanchez still trying to get by, but now finally the 32 will clear, and he'll move into 4th place. Or I guess he'd keep 4th place. Smith trying to hang on to a top 10 position here. Under threat with Tegan Fox. Shrivastava thought he was going to make it 3 wide behind. Smith has been on the outside line for most of this race. He's been stuck there, if you will. Looks like Peter Lane is chasing down Perkins. Looks like, yes, I am correct on that. As Reeves is trying to get another spot here. 3rd place over McThydick. 32 is going to clear. Manuel Sanchez will now try to pick up 4th. He'll do that. Riley Smith right behind. And McThydick is going to fall all the way back to 6th place. Great moves by these drivers. And now it looks like Sanchez might try to get 3rd place over Reeves here. Moves down to the inside. Going to be side by side. Reeves might have a bit of an advantage here. He might be able to re-clear. No, not quite. Not quite this time. Riley Smith all over the back bumper of the 1. Could he make it 3 wide? Yes, he's trying to, and he will. What a move by Riley Smith. If this move works out, he could possibly get up into 3rd. As meanwhile, out front, we might have a battle for the lead here soon. Peter Lane is closing up on the 5. Riley Smith will clear for 3rd. Oh, contact there. McThydick and Reeves, they made contact. That almost sent Reeves into the wall or maybe spinning. That could have been bad, but Reeves hangs on to it. Out front, though, it's still Perkins leading. Peter Lane is close, though. He's closing in as we're about to complete 10 laps here. Lane looks like he's got the faster car. Kyra Sistrak currently with the fastest lap, and there's Peter Lane all over the back bumper of the 5, looking to make a move. When is he going to make the move, though? He's peaking. Didn't make it into turn 3. That's a good passing opportunity, but he'll just wait. Maybe in turn 1, he'll try to make the move as Perkins will lead another lap. Smith and Sanchez trying to close in, though. Right behind. 98 machine. Riley Smith still looking for his first career win. Mark Evans moves up into 5th place, followed right behind by Purab Shrivastava and Skippy Larson as well, making moves on McThydick as he continues to fall back. Looks like that 91 is struggling a bit. Wayne all over the back bumper of the 5 once again. Still hasn't made a move just yet. He's closer than ever. I'm wondering what the holdup is. Perhaps maybe looking for the perfect passing opportunity, or just doesn't have the momentum on his side. See if he makes a move here on the backstretch. Looks like that is a no. We'll stay right behind the 5 as Riley Smith is slowly reeling in these 2. As they come down the front stretch, I think Peter Lane has got to make his move right now. No, he loses a bit of time on Perkins as Riley Smith gains more time. Evans tried to go for 4th place there on Manuel Sanchez. It did not work. Sanchez will hold on to 4th place. Wayne continues to drop back. Perkins starting to pull away once again. I think Wayne might have used up his tires somewhat. Maybe more than Perkins, as Perkins could perhaps be tire saving or something. Caution flag out. Yellow. Oh, looks like we got a mess. Car smoking. That is Brandon Allen trying to head to pit road. Made contact with Ronnie Martin. And it looks like Luke Evans also involved. First yellow flag of the day. And poor Brandon Allen, the rookie, looks like he will be done once again. So I think it's coming into turn 3 here. Brandon Allen almost put 3 wide. And eventually makes contact with Luke Evans. And that sends both of them hard into the outside wall. Not really good camera angle here. But it looks like it's mostly a two-car incident. Evans makes some contact again with Sierra Reno, and that sends him into the outside wall again. Little weird little accident there that sends him spinning. Then Brandon Allen goes spinning again thanks to Doge Borkington. And then, Borkington got some damage in that. So did Dan Sedgwick. And maybe, looks like Mark Guerrero also got some damage. It was was more than just two cars involved in that, and Borkington's got some severe damage. Kind of fell back. Since the start, he started 6th place and hasn't really made an impact. Poor Mark Guerrero. Then Ronnie Martin gets some damage here as Brandon Allen is trying to get to pit road. That almost sent him around, but he keeps it under control, and that is why we're under caution for the first time today. And with this first caution coming out, looks like we have pit stops for the first time tonight. Perkins leading a bunch of cars onto pit road here. Looks like nobody is staying out. Everybody's coming in for some tires, some fuel, whatever you need. As Perkins will move in to his pit stall, looking for tires. Oh, almost contact there between Sanchez and Riley Smith there. We'll see if anybody decides to do some interesting strategies here. Maybe try 2 tires instead of 4. But it looks like we're mostly going to get 4 tires. Look like Gutierrez is done with his pit stop. Peter Lane is done with his pit stop. He's going to be the first one off of pit road and win the race. Evans off second. Sanchez, looks like Perkins is having a slow pit stop. Stuck in his stall. I'm not sure if they have an issue or something. But it looks like Peter Lane will win the race off of pit road. Not sure what is wrong with Perkins. And finally, slow pit stop. Poor Kurt Perkins there. Not an ideal pit stop for him as he was dominating most of the early going. But now he'll be mired at the back of the pack, and that has completely shuffled up our field. Getting ready for the first restart of tonight. Peter Lane won the race off of pit road. He is the new leader now. Perkins, slower stop. He is now in 21st position. We'll see if his speed can beat out all these drivers in front of him. The current top 10 is Lane, Evans, Peter Lane to be exact, Mark Evans, Purab Srivastava, Manuel Sanchez, Riley Smith, Skippy Larson, Angel Gutierrez, Patrick Kamitz, Kyler Sustry, and Alex Davidson rounds out your top 10. Both cars who got the most damage out of that have retired, that being the 16 of Brandon Allen and the 00 of Luke Evans. Not the greatest start Allen wanted to his rookie season. 2 races, 2 DNFs, and a last place finish today. Not very helpful for his chances of Rookie of the Year so far, as the pace car will head to pit road. Peter Lane will bring us back to green flag racing. Just about now. And a great jump he gets on Evans there. Good restart for the 33 machine. Not so good for Riley Smith. He might be in trouble as he tried to make a pass on Manuel Sanchez, and he might be stuck on the outside behind. Skippy Larson going to try to make that move. Manuel Sanchez trying to move back up into 3rd place. And he will clear Purab Srivastava. Larson with a great restart. Might get 4th place over Srivastava. And it looks like... we got trouble. What is going on? Oh, what just happened? Oh, we just had a huge one there. As they were heading to pit road for whatever reason, I guess restart violation, and everybody else crashed behind. A lot of damaged race cars. Caleb Rose, Eichenfelder. Is anybody left? Wilson is destroyed. Dick, but I'm so confused. What just happened? Well, it started behind with Matthew Huber, and I think Montana Sherman makes some contact. And that sends Huber up into the wall with Josh Eichenfelder. That sends both of them spinning around. And that's what happened to the 2 of them. And then up front, it's a bigger accident that we will get to. So I think McThydig is heading to pit road here, so is Scarrett, and they make contact, and that sends the both of them around right in front of everybody. Caleb Rose gets involved. Reeves made contact there. Vevels piles in. Kirsten Bell, I think Big Mac got spun around as well. And then everybody on the inside piles in. Sherman, big contact. WarioWare, Ronnie Martin, Guerrero, Nelson, Doge Workington, just an absolute mess of a wreck. It just kind of came out of nowhere as of drivers in front were pitting for some reason. And it leaves a lot of damaged race cars and a lot of confusion. Sherman, Dick Ball, Big Mac. Gotta see what happened to Big Mac. He just plows into the back of Parsons here. That's how Michael Parsons got damaged, and that sends him off the racetrack. And that kind of causes a bigger accident. Dan Sedgwick, second accident. Doge Workington, second accident. And just, it's kind of shocking. You never see a big one at Charlotte. You usually see it the previous race at Daytona, but I guess the flip's been script. Huge accident here to bring out our second caution of the race. So everybody else is going to come in now, the drivers who did not pit while that was happening. For Rem Stravostova, Riley Smith, Kyler Sustry, and probably most of the damaged cars as well going to come in, try to make repairs, or just retire. I imagine there will be plenty of retirements after that huge of an accident. Looks like they're just taking fuel. At least Purep Stravostova is. So, not sure what's going on with that. And Stravostova easily wins the race off pit road. Then it's Riley Smith, Kyler Sustry, Fleet Cruz, Davidson. Then it's Leroy Conwell, Mark Guerrero. Somehow, I mean, he's got a bit of damage, but I think that was from the first accident. There's Manuel Sanchez. Not sure what the running order is going to be after this, but looks like Purep Stravostova will be the leader unless we get getting ready to restart here after a very confusing incident there to bring out our second caution of the race. Purep Stravostova now the leader here after some pit stops. Looks like mostly everybody took fuel. I think 32 cars on the racetrack left. A lot of retirements after that big accident. And I would say only about 20 or so are competitive and still on pace. And a lot of damaged drivers now. As we're getting ready to go back green. Top 10 is Stravostova, Riley Smith, Kyler Sustry, Fleet Cruz, Alex Davison, Leroy Conwell, Mark Guerrero, Sierra Reno, Manuel Sanchez, and finally S.T. Craig rounds out the top 10. Race car about to pull in. And we're about to go back green once again. And Stravostova will lead the field back to green, and we're back underway at Charlotte. Conwell trying to make moves behind, trying to get underneath Davidson. Smith with a great jump. He's right behind Stravostova here for this restart as they all head down the backstretch. Smith not deciding to make a move just yet. Are they going to pit this time again? Oh my god. So Stravostova and a bunch of drivers heading to pit road now. I don't think we're going to get an accident out of this, but we'll stay green. So unlike last time, anyways, Sustry will now be the leader. Not sure why they're pitting again, but Kyler Sustry, 55 back out front. Or excuse me, out front for the first time today. And that allows Leroy Conwell now to be in second. And I don't think anybody else is going to be pitting here, so This will be very interesting to see what the strategy is now as they come off a pit road. Just tried with a comfortable lead over Conwell. Fleet Cruz in third, Davidson in fourth, Mark Guerrero in fifth, as SD Craig is trying to get around him. Sierra Reno in sixth place, with Anton Alvarez in seventh. Completely has shuffled up the field and kind of single-filed out the racing. At least for now, as Davidson's trying to make a move there for third place. Conwell is closing in on Sustry here, though. Veteran looking for his first career win, and he is fast. He has closed up a ton on Sustry, making a move down to the inside. 35, trying to get the lead here. Gotta be side by side. Is he gonna be able to clear? He'll lead the lap. Lap traffic in front, that being Kurt Perkins, who just completed his pit stop for some reason. Oh, Sustry might try to pull a crossover here. And he will. He'll have a run on the inside. ST Craig also looking fast. He moves up into third place out of nowhere. But it looks like Conwell will hold on to his lead as he gets held up a bit by Perkins here. Just trying to stay one lap down. But he'll move down to the inside. And put him 2 laps down. At least he's trying to. Whoa, almost contact. Almost made contact there, but Conwell will continue to lead. ST Craig gonna get an advantage here. Try to get down to the inside. That's gonna work. Use the lap car as a bit of a pick there. The teammates did not help each other out there whatsoever. And now ST Craig might be able to get the lead here. He will. 55. Or excuse me, get into second. Not the lead. My fault. Slower car of Digball here. How off the pace is he? About 20 miles off the pace. And they're going to close up on him quickly. Oh boy, this might be a bit of trouble. Going to hold up everybody on the inside line. Conwell will quickly get down there. And that'll probably be it for Digball. ST Craig now going to try to close in on the lead here. Looks like he's got a fast car. He moved up into third place out of nowhere, it seemed like. Now he might try to get the lead, but losing a bit of ground on Conwell as he'll lead another lap. Any lap traffic in front. Looks like K-Meets might become another lap car. Oh, Conwell slides up. That might be an advantage to ST Craig. He might get a chance here on the inside line. Trying to make a move happen. And he's going to make that move happen. ST Craig trying to fight for the lead. But Conwell is going to beat him. And I think, no, he just had to slow up a ton. Conwell got huge momentum there. Perkins going to try to get around him. He's still pretty fast. Despite the pit stop, for some reason, I still don't know why they pitted. But he's going to fight for everything. Try to become a, maybe upset here. Upset the field somewhat. And that's going to help Alvarez behind, but by the way, the 44. Now the flag bearer for HKS Ronnie Racing. Two of their cars have retired, and Manuel Sanchez is a lap down in 27th. But no, it's not going to quite work. It looks like the outside line really coming in right now. Craig trying to re-clear the 44, and still not clear. They're still battling for second, and that's just going to allow Conwell to pull away here some more. Craig might have a chance here coming out of turn 4 to clear, and he will. He'll re-clear and keep his second position. Sierra Reno making moves behind as well, trying to get inside of the 20. Mark Guerrero, he might fall back, and he will. Fleet Cruz behind as well, trying to take advantage of that, and he'll get around the 20. Perkins trying to get a lap back here. Try to go back to 1 lap down. That might help ST Craig here unless Conwell once again gets a huge run out of turn 4. No, he does not. But Perkins is still on the inside. Still trying to make moves. Conwell might be able to clear into turn 1, and he will. Alvarez once again trying to get second place back. Sierra Reno now a part of this battle as well for 4th place. Or in 4th place, 31 being. Now she's going to try to battle for 3rd place. It's a good night for underdogs here. Conwell leading, Sierra Reno in the top 5, running well too. Davidson also here in the top 10. As Conwell continues to lead, Alvarez now in second place. Looks like ST Craig has the fastest lap so far. And it shows right now, he's trying to get third place back. Trying to get around the 31 once again. I think Reno will hold on to that position. Alvarez trying to get around the lap car of Perkins, trying to make it easier for him to try to get the lead. As they'll battle it out, battling for position here behind is ST Craig. And he'll clear off of turn 2. Alvarez will clear as well, and now he has a chance to grab the lead for himself here. So cars in front, Tegan Fox, Dan Sedgwick, they're not quite way off the pace like Dick Ball, so I think they'll be fine to continue. And might be questionable, but still. As Conwell continues to lead, starting to pull away somewhat. Racing has calmed down a little bit. Well, not behind here. Parsons making moves. He's still on the lead lap, despite the damage. Trying to get around Ezekiel Garcia Ball, who lost his 9th place. Riley Smith, I think, pitted. He's a lap down. But I think he's the first car one lap down. Yes, he is. So he'll be hoping for a caution soon to get the free pass. Santori Jr. here. Still running pretty well, 13th. Kirsten Bell still running pretty good, despite the front end damage. And that might just be because there's so few cars on the lead lap as well, so that's kind of helping out the 19 machine. And yeah, looks like Guerrero really slow right now. Might have a battle for the lead here soon, meanwhile. Conwell trying to hold on against Anton Alvarez. Alvarez moving down to the inside. Anton Alvarez might become the new leader here. Side by side, but Conwell has such an advantage on the outside in turn 4. But Alvarez fights back on the inside. Drag race to the line. Who's going to lead the lap? It's going to be Conwell, just barely. But I think Alvarez will easily clear into turn 1. And it looks like he will. Anton Alvarez, new leader here at Charlotte. Conwell in trouble as Perkins trying to get around him. That might help ST Craig here. Yes, it will. He'll move down to the inside. Try to take away second. Not quite side by side just yet. And it looks like he will not be able to, as it looks like Conwell is able to clear. That issue resolved for him as he'll try to fight back with Alvarez being the new leader. Gotta watch out for some of the slower cars here. Tegan Fox and Dan Sedgwick. Very slow right now. But not way off the pace. As Conwell tries to get underneath Perkins, but he cannot. No room underneath the 5 machine as Perkins is going to try to get one of his laps back here. Does he have a run? No, he does not. Alvarez holds on. He'll keep him 2 laps down. As they slowly get closer to the lap traffic, Conwell trying to get around Perkins. Trying to get closer to Alvarez. Him and Alvarez here, and it looks like he'll easily clear the 5. 35 now moves up into second place. Now trying to go for the lead here. All the momentum built up. He's trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Can he do it? Side by side, lap traffic closing in. This might not be very helpful for Conwell. Might slow up Alvarez, though. See who gets the advantage here. Nobody is laying off. And that's going to work out for Conwell. He got underneath Tegan Fox. And now he's going to be back out front. Very tight racing here at the front. And he's going to get around Sedgy as well. And Alvarez is going to fall all the way back into 4th. Getting slowed up by Tegan Fox. Now he finally gets around the 8. The 88, to be specific. Sistri is going to close in on this front pack. And Conwell back up front. No Ford logos on that former Thunderbird. Underbird, if you will. The front end says Underbird. They removed the TH off the Thunderbird, I believe. And so they're underdogs in their eyes. Couple more lap cars here. Asher Evelyn, Ryan Scarrett. also pretty slow as Seji and Tegan Fox, I would say, as ST Craig is trying to get around Perkins here, trying to get closer to the leader, as we're about to approach halfway in this race. Gonna try to clear Perkins off of turn 2. Sierra Reno also trying to get around the 5 as well. Thought she was going to make it 3 wide, or is she pitting? She's slowing down, and they're pitting. Green flag pit stops underway. Conwell is in, Sierra Reno is in, Anton Alvarez is in, SG Craig stays out another lap. And I wonder how that will work with the cars that pitted and are now well knocked down. Will they stay out a couple more laps? It'll be interesting to watch how that works out. Try to get to the front again. ST Craig staying out another lap. He's deciding to stay out another lap. Kyra Sistri, though, is coming in. So is Fleet Cruz. Davidson and Riley Smith, they're not pitting. They're going to stay out some more. And it looks like Conwell and Reno, they're done with their stops. ST Craig letting Perkins get by him. Looks like that might be a sign of him coming down pit road here soon. 51, does he make the move? Yes, he will. 51. ST Craig is coming in. Right behind, Davidson and Riley Smith also coming in as well. They're going to be pitting. Garcia Ball stays out another lap. Sistri just completed his pit stop. He was amongst the drivers in the front group, watching where that 35 is, and he might have a huge lead right now. Also, Garcia Ball stayed out another lap. It looks like Kirsten Bell also might have stayed out. Never mind, they're now pitting. They're now in. There goes Garcia Ball. He's in now. He decided to stay out for a pretty long time there. And of course, you gotta think about what those lap cars doing. That did not. That pitted a lap into the restart. Looks like Kyra Sistri might be the provisional leader right now. And it's not helping Conwell at all. He's kind of getting slowed up by Cam Eaton's here, who I guess is staying out as well. Or is he on the lead lap? He is on the lead lap. Stravosova currently the leader right now. I'm not sure when he's going to pit. Manuel Sanchez right behind as well. Now slots into second place. Will they be coming in this time by? Or will they be staying out for a long time? That remains the question right now. They will not be coming in that time by. So Stravosova will lead another lap. We're past halfway here at Charlotte. I think the top two have a huge lead now over third place, that being Peter Lane. Oh, that's Skippy Larson. No, never mind. Larson now moves up into third place, and he'll probably be the new leader here. Yes, he will, as looks like Stravosova and Manuel Sanchez, they're going to be coming in this time by. So 22 going to be the new leader. Skippy Larson with a great pit stop, seems like. Peter Lane, I think, is coming in as well. I think maybe Skippy Larson also stayed out. Not sure about that one. So I think it might be ST Craig, the provisional leader right now. And Kyra Sistri, Leroy Conwell, that is your top three. If green flag pit stops cycle out, I think Larson has not pitted because ST Craig is really catching up right now. And yeah, he has not pitted yet. So 22 gonna finally pit. So SG Craig is the new leader here in Charlotte. Green flag pit stops complete. Kyra Sistri now in second place. Conwell now in third place. Sierra Reno a bit farther back. Fleet Cruz. Then it is Guerrero. Anton Alvarez looks like he had a bit of a slower stop. Alex Davidson now moves up into 8th place. And then it's Nelson Reeves and Riley Smith. And just outside of it is Tony Santori Jr. I almost forgot his name. But yeah, feeling pretty spread out right now after those green flag pit stops. But I think Kyra Sistri slowly reeling in ST Craig, and some slower cars here might help with that. Those being Vevelst and McFidey. And also Matthew Hubert and Patrick Camutes as well. Ryan Scarrett. There's Perkins pitting. He's going to go back to being 2 laps down now. And yeah, Swiss Try slowly reeling in the 51. Still has the fastest lap. So he's been fast pretty much all race. Trying to get another victory is ST Craig. Yeah, this race has pretty much calmed down since that huge accident. But I think we're going to have a battle for the lead here soon. As Swiss Try continues to chase him down. What's the time? Not really much has changed for the gap there. Conwell's closing in as well. Sierra Reno a bit farther back. Might be in trouble of losing 4th place to Fleet Cruz, who has had a strong day of his own. Mark Guerrero now battling it out with Anton Alvarez as Alvarez closes in. Riley Smith made up a couple positions. Oh, I forgot. He's a lap down. Never mind. Nelson Reeves, then Davidson, then Kellen Short shows up into the top 10. Big battle here. Gutierrez and Parsons battling it out. Santori Jr. also a part of that battle with Ezekiel Garcia Ball as well. A bit further back is Kurep Srivastava. He's a lap down. Josh Eichenfelder still on the lead lap. Manuel Sanchez also a lap down. There's Kirsten Bell and Mark Evans. Tegan Fox. And then I think Peter Wynn is also a lap down. There's Skippy Larson. He's now a lap down. 18 cars still on the lead lap. And I just missed a lead change there, I believe. 55 getting the lead. But something happened to Craig. Craig had an issue. So ST Craig, he had to pit. He had a tire issue. He had to come into pit road. And now Kyra Sistry inherits the lead. Poor ST Craig. He had a fast car. And so now that shifts the field up 1 position as Reno falls back into 5th place. Guerrero and Fleet Cruz got around here. Not sure if Conwell is closing in on the lead, but it seems like he might. As he approaches some slower traffic, McThydig, Vebels might be a bit of trouble here for the 55. Just a couple miles off the pace, but still. Oh, trying to clear Vebels, trying to get around him, and it slides Vebels all the way up the racetrack. Almost contact there between the lappers, and that's a huge advantage to Sistry. Conwell has got to get around these two, but they're side by side right now. So that's going to be a huge problem for the 35, and it shows. It shows right now. He's going to get slowed down by the 91 here. Might try to move down to the inside, make it 3 wide, and it's really going to slow him up. He's got to be angry right now with this lap traffic. It is a huge pain right now. He can't get around anybody right now. Trying to look down to the inside. And finally, he'll get around the lap traffic, but that is a lap Fleet Cruz to close up. Mark Guerrero as well. The lap car, Riley Smith, still looking for a caution. He's still pretty fast. As Sistry will have to deal with another lap car. Cruz trying to get 2nd place meanwhile. And Sistry is going to get slowed up somewhat by Dan Sedgwick, but he should easily get around him on the backstretch. And that he will. Another lap car in the distance, Matthew Hubert, as Cruz now into 2nd. And Conwell is dropping like a rock now due to that lap traffic. He's got to be frustrated right now. He has a fast car as well. As Sistry will lead another lap. Fleet Cruz easily gets around the slow car of Dan Sedgwick as he'll just stay up on the outside, try to let these cars on the lead lap by. And so is Riley Smith as well, because he's a faster car, but he's a lap down. Guerrero trying to go for 2nd meanwhile. Conwell will get around the 6th car as well. Got a battle for 2nd going on. Meanwhile, as they slowly approach on Kyler Sistry here. They're pretty fast right now. 0.45 is the gap right now, as Guerrero will now be in 2nd place. Smith might try to get around both of them. Riley Smith trying to get back on the lead lap and hope for a caution. Hope for something good to happen, but that's going to help Kyler Sistry kind of pull away here. But what's not going to help him is the 2 lap cars up ahead, that being Matthew Hubert and Tegan Fox, slower lap cars. And Ryan Scared as well up ahead. Cam Eats as well. There's ST Craig. Lap traffic all in front of Kyle Sistri here, as Riley Smith now moves back up into, well, provisional second, I would say. He's going to get around Tegan Fox, but he might not get around Hubert that easy. Slowed him up big time. They're going to get on the inside of Tegan Fox. That's going to help Fleet Cruz. Conwell trying to get around Mark Guerrero meanwhile. And they're both going to try to get around Matthew Hubert as well as quick as they can because they gained a ton of time. Oh, did the Wi-Fi just go out again? Oh, whatever. Anyways, Power Assist try. Still leading here. Riley Smith trying to get around him. Get back on the lead lap. And it looks like he will get back on the lead lap. Fleet Cruz, meanwhile, right behind. Looking for the lead here soon. Assist try. We'll let Riley Smith get back on the lead lap. But here comes Fleet Cruz. Rolling for the lead. 62 machine. Here he comes. Side by side. 62. And he's going to be the new leader. Fleet Cruz now leads at Charlotte. Guerrero now moves back up into third place. Conwell, I think, might have gotten slowed up by some more lap traffic. That's got to be quite frustrating for him. Can't get around Hubert right now. Kind of struggling to do that. Side by side with the lap car. Cruz kind of has a comfortable lead now over Sistri, but you never know what could happen. Might have another round of pit stops here soon. You never know. And Ryan Scarrett, the slower lap car, up in the distance. Guerrero closing in on Sistri here a bit. Perkins also a part of this group as well, the lap car. 2 laps down. Cruz, you could say he's cruising right now as the leader. I think I hear some cars slowing down, so we might have some pit stops. Yes, we will. Or, what? Looks like the 32. Mechanical issue. Not 32. 23 mechanical issue, that being Mark Evans. Poor Mark Evans there. But yeah, looks like we got some pit stops here, so we're going to have another round soon. As Fleet Cruz continues to lead, kind of pulling away from Sistri here. Shows you how fast I think that 62 is. Yeah, really pulling a gap here on Sistri. We'll see if he comes in this time by. See if any of the leaders come in. Looks like that will be a no. They'll stay out another lap. Not sure if any lappers are on pit road as they deal with some lap traffic. Riley Smith getting around the slower Ryan Scarrett and Owen McThydick, who just pitted the 91. And he's going to pull more of a lead. He's almost got a 1-second lead over Sistri, and he's going to get sold up big time here. Big time, thanks to Ryan Scarrett and Owen McThydick. Any lap cars on pit road? No, it looks like not. So I think McThydick, that was a scheduled stop for him. As Cruz is going to get a huge lead now. I think Sistri is finally going to get around the lap traffic. And so is Perkins and Mark Guerrero as well right behind. Conwell still dealing with lap traffic. He's got to be frustrated about the lap cars tonight because it's just been a nightmare of a race for him because of that lap traffic getting in the way, and it has slowed him down dearly. See if they come in this time by. Looks like that is a no. Sistri under fire from his teammate Perkins, trying to get around him. Trying to close up on the leader and try to get a lap back. And there he goes. Perkins gets around him. So I'm not sure if we're going to have pit stops yet. Evelyn, I think, is going to come in. And yeah, it looks like we got pit stops this time by. See if any of the leaders come in. Cruz, looks like he'll stay out another lap. Sistri will also stay out another lap. Looks like Conwell is going to come in. I think Guerrero already came in the last lap. Yeah, he did. So he's in. Top 2 stayed out, though, so Cruz will lead another lap. Heading down the back stretch. I should expect him to come in this time by. Yes, he will. Fleet Cruz is coming in. Kyle Sistri will stay out another lap, though. 55 will lead another lap. Purev Shrivastava obviously staying out once again. But yeah, 55 back up front once again. Hasn't had the fastest car all night, but definitely trying some alternate strategies here to get an advantage. He might be trying to go to pit road here, but Perkins might have some other ideas. I'm not sure. He's heading to pit road. There he goes. Moves all the way down to the inside. There he goes. Riley Smith also coming in. Looks like I think Davidson is going to stay out. Car's on the lead lap. So is Gutierrez. So is Ezekiel Garcia Ball back there. The 17 machine. I was about to say 14. That is not Doge Borkington. Doge Borkington is dead. Anyways. So it'll be Davidson leading, but how long will he lead for? It looks like he's going to come in this time by. So is Gutierrez. Garcia Ball will stay out another lap, though. He's on that long run strategy, but I'm not sure if that strategy is going to work out for him. Of course, got to think about that strategy for Purev Shrivastava and Manuel Sanchez, because they're going to be on the lead lap somewhat here once again. Maybe lead a couple laps. Got to be interesting to see how that finish goes. And it looks like Garcia Ball is coming in this time by. He's going to be pitting. Of course, the 1 and the 36 are going to stay out here because of the strategies they decided to take by pitting after the restart. I'm not sure why they did that, but it'd be interesting to set up an interesting finish if that possibly happens. Looks like Shrivastava will stay out another lap, and he'll lead another lap. I think Manuel Sanchez will do the same. Kirsten Bell as well, also staying out, I believe. 19 machine, a bit slower, I think. Oh no, she did pit. Never mind. Sorry about that. But yeah, Shrivastava now leading. And I think Fleet Cruz will get the lead back. As there goes the 36, he'll head to pit road here. And the 1 should probably fall behind. Yes, he will. So it should probably be Skippy Larson now having the lead, unless we have a battle here. Peter Lane is not pitting. He tried to battle for the lead here. 20 laps to go, by the way. Looks like these will be the final pit stops of the race. So yeah, it's Skippy Larson staying out once again. Now it looks like Kyler Sistri will be the new leader after green flag pit stops are done. There's Sistri right there as the lead. But Cruz is looking, well, the perceived lead, if you will. Because after green flag pit stops are done, he's going to be the new leader, unless Fleet Cruz can get around him. And there goes Skippy Larson and Peter Lane onto pit road, so there goes that. Kyler Sistri back out front. ST Craig slotting into 4th place. I'm not sure how long he can go. He should probably be pitting here soon, as Fleet Cruz is trying to get around him, trying to get his lead back. He cannot. Guerrero's trying to get him. Meanwhile, Guerrero's trying to get around him for 2nd. Trying to make a move happen. He cannot. Fresh tires kind of affecting everybody here. Sistri will once again lead, trying to get around the lap car Riley Smith. Smith still hoping for a caution. He is technically on the lead lap right now, but now he'll go back a lap down. Guerrero will move around and get back into 2nd place. As Sistri will now have to deal with lap traffic here. The slower car, Dan Sedgwick. The slower car, K-Meets up front. Oh, almost contact there. That could have been bad. K-Meets and Asher Evelyn as well, slowing up them. They'll just stay to the outside line, though, so that'll be helpful for our cars here on the lead lap. There's also Tegan Fox, the slower car, as well, have to deal with. Riley Smith, though, trying to get his lap back. This might be helpful for Guerrero here. He might use the lap car as a pick. If Smith can stay side by side with Sistri, and he will. So that's going to be helpful for Guerrero as they split Tegan Fox 3 wide. Oh, this is going to be close. But Guerrero is going to get slowed up big time. That's not going to be helpful for him at all. He had a chance to get around Power Try for the lead until Tegan Fox slowed him up. And Fleet Cruz is going to get slowed up big time as well, so he's going to fall back. And 3 wide off a turn 4. That was almost dangerous. Not sure if the 12 or K-Meets are up to speed. Oh, K-Meets is up to speed, but still has damage, and he's a lap card. So Try still leading, but Guerrero right behind, ready to pounce at the opportunity. Looks like SG Craig came back to pit road to complete his pit stop. As we're approaching 10 laps to go, there is poor SG Craig. Strategy just not working out. Guerrero is right there, ready to make a move, the veteran. In his final season, looking for another win in the books, and this time at an oval. Wouldn't that be a shocker? Now he's going to try to make the move into turn 3. Here comes Guerrero. He didn't have any room. Now he does. But will Try beat him on the outside? No, he will not. Drag race to the line. I think Guerrero will lead this lap. Just barely, I think. Yes. So Guerrero leads the lap, and he'll take the lead for good into turn 1. Mark Guerrero out front here at Charlotte as we're coming up on 10 laps to go, trying to get around the lap car Riley Smith. Moving down to the inside, 98. Try right behind though. Fleet Cruz trying to catch back up. He had a fast car. He had a dominant car before green flag pit stops. It's still ST Craig with the fastest lap though. And Riley Smith, I gotta give credit to him. He's got a fast car. He wishes though he was on the lead lap, or at least battling with these cars, but he might end up with a top 15 finish after all is said and done. As they finally get around the 98, both of them, first and second. So here we go, 10 laps to go when they cross the start-finish line. Mark Guerrero leading, slower car Mark Evans in front, so is Peter Lane, so is Elaine McThydig. Gotta watch out for those 3. Smith trying to get around Try. And yeah, Fleet Cruz is dropping back. I think he might be gassed a bit. That car was fast. Not as fast after those pit stops. Guerrero, though, has a really fast car underneath him. And he might end up victorious after all is said and done. Kyra Try falling back somewhat. Yeah, Fleet Cruz is losing a lot of time. Shout out to Sierra Reno slotting into 4th place. Anton Alvarez 5th. Nelson Reeves 6th. Conwell is sort of falling back here. He's in trouble here. Parsons and going short might get around him as well. Try really trying to get around the 98 right now. Peaked inside of the 98. But couldn't get around him as Guerrero will lead another lap. Both Try and Cruz closed up the gap a bit, but not a lot. So we'll see if they can close up even more in these next upcoming laps. Unless there's green flag pit stops to end the race, which I doubt it. I think those green flag pit stops were the last, as Riley Smith trying to get his lap back here. And that might help Kyra Try using the lap car as a pick. We might have a battle for the lead here soon. Guerrero slides up into the outside groove. Gotta be side by side. Try will get his lead back. Guerrero will slot back into second. Fleet Cruz closing in some more. Gonna try to get his lead back. So Kyra Try back out front. Slowed up by Riley Smith. Mark Evans also, they're catching up to Mark Evans as well, coming up on 5 laps to go. Guerrero trying to take the outside line, trying to pull a crossover. It did not work. Did not work out for the 20. Fleet Cruz is slowly closing in on both of them. This should be setting up for an interesting finish here. Oh, Guerrero is peeking. He's looking for some room on the inside, and he might have a chance here. Oh, if he can get out of the way of Mark Evans, might be trouble. Side by side for the lead, 5 laps to go. Evans is slowing up both of them, I believe. Is Evans up to speed? Yes, I believe so. So not slowing up a ton, but Guerrero, new leader back out front. They just can't get around Evans right now. Oh, we're back. Fleet Crew's slowly closing in. And Sustra is really getting slowed up by the lap traffic. He might get slowed up some more. And here comes Lee McTheidig. Lee McTheidig might slow up Guerrero. Maybe slowed him up for a second, but that's not going to affect him. 20 is going to get around him. Fleet Cruz has closed up on both of them. He's going to try to get second here, maybe. Oh, looks like McTheidig is pinning. It's going to slow up both of them. Oh, no. Oh, this is going to be... Oh, boy. Reeves is going to get second place because of that move, but Guerrero now has a massive lead. No one is around him, thanks to Lee McTheidig. Oh, goodness gracious. What good luck that was for Mark Guerrero, as McTheidig had to go to pit road. Thanks to the pit strategy, 2 laps to go for Guerrero, and he's just on cruise control right now. Reeves now into second place. Reno, 3rd place. Kellen Short, 4th place. This has really shuffled up the field now. Setting up for an exciting finish, and now we might have a bit of a boring one on our hands, but Guerrero out of turn 4. White flag this time by last lap for Mark Guerrero to pick up a win at Charlotte. At race number 2 of the season. No competition in sight. Over a 2-second advantage over Reeves, who will be happy about a second place for him. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Mark Guerrero gonna pick up another win in his series history. Guerrero wins at Charlotte. Reeves ends up in second. Still a massive lead at the end, but what a wild finish that was. Sierra Reno 3rd place, Kellen Short 4th, Riley Smith lap car. Tyler Sistrud will fall back to 5th place, with Anton Alvarez in 6th, and Fleet Cruz really fell back a ton. He falls back to 9th. And shout out Tony Santori Jr. finishing in the top 10. What a wild race that was. Well, there goes Mark Guerrero celebrating his win here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Burning it down in front of the fans. Thank you all for watching a very, very weird race for sure. But a very entertaining one. With a lot of pit strategy, big crashes, and a veteran winner in his final season getting another win. Perhaps maybe his final win. Depends on how the rest of the season goes. I'll see you next weekend for Rockingham as we stay in North Carolina, starting the little North Carolina stretch RMS has. Goodbye!